What is going on, everyone? Welcome to TCK Live. It's been a minute since we've done one of these, but as always, when a new trailer comes out, we got to break it down, talk about it. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Who's been waiting? It should be a good stream. We already got Dual Alarm in the chat. What's up? Rampage, how you doing? Menace, what's up? So this stream, we will just be breaking down the trailer, giving you my thoughts, my theories, but I'll also be active in the chat, listening, reading out your theories of whatever you think is going to happen in this next part. I think it was a great trailer, one of the better trailers for the show. It finally came out after weeks and weeks of waiting. I'm sure we all know, but the marketing this season has been terrible. They start promoting it a little less than a month before the actual season comes out, which is ridiculous because nobody knows it's coming out then. But what we've gotten so far has been pretty good. We just need a little bit more. But yeah, like I said, it was a pretty good trailer. So we'll just wait for some more people to join on in, and then we'll break down the trailer. We also got those new images also that were pretty cool. This trailer didn't give a lot away, which was really good, but also showed a lot to keep you held over for these 3 weeks, a little less than 3 weeks up until part 2 comes out, which is what a trailer should do. So, yeah, let's get this started. Let me share my screen. It's been a minute since I've done this. How do I share it? There we go. All right. Should we do it like this? Or like this? All right, let's do it like this. What's up, Cobra Kai Theaters? How you doing? All right. So let's break this down. First off, we got where part 1 of season 6 ended, them entering the Sekai Taikai. I guess the scene is like the entry or the welcoming for all the dojos. We got the guy, what was his name? Gunther from season 5, the board of the All Valley, the judge, whoever he is. He's coming back. He's welcome Sekai Taikai. Look at all these dojos. I mean, I'm really glad what this trailer really, teased what they're doing is, they're showing us all the dojos. It's not going to be just Cobra Kai versus Miyagi-Do. Like, this is the world tournament. There's no way these other dojos are just, background characters or extras that don't play any part into the story. Now, these are the best fighters in the world. So they can't just be sideline extras. But yeah, I'm excited that we're diving deep into these other dojos and meeting some new characters, which we meet in this trailer. Here we got Miguel, Dimitri, Devin, Hawk, Robby, and Sam, the 6 who were selected, getting ready to fight. Miguel is leading the pack, even though he's not, he didn't win the captain's fight, and Robby's the captain. He's still acting like the leader of the group, which I think makes sense. It's the show started with him. He is the leader of the group. He should be, leading them in charge. And I think also a part of him, is still like, I should be captain. He should be because he was up by 2. He probably should have won that fight. So, there might be a little bit of, aggression still in Miguel that he should be captain. So maybe he tries to be, the leader and Robby not. We see that throughout the trailer, Miguel yelling at Robby. We'll get to that. Here we go. Here we see some of the new dojos. We see Sam fighting somebody from the new different dojo. I forgot. I've seen this girl like on Instagram. It's been everywhere. I don't know which dojo this is, but Sam fighting her. Sam scores a point. You see Dimitri kicking ass. This is like, I guess it's kind of like a tag team type of match here, because you can see Hawk on the right with his arm out, like, tag me in, which I think is really cool. I'm glad it's not like, all Valley system. It's, first of all, you got more than just one-on-one fights. You got team fights. You have boys versus girls. It's not a boy bracket and a girl bracket, or at least that's how it seems for some of these shots. And here we see Dimitri scoring a point. I just hope someone doesn't die, because I see a lot of people saying someone's going to die. I know when I first saw this trailer, and it's in my reaction, if you haven't checked it out, make sure to check it out. right when it ended, I was like, somebody's gonna die. I was like, just the way this trailer played out, it just seemed like they were making someone gonna get die or brutally hurt. I don't think any of the kids are gonna die, even if they're trying to make it seem like that. I think one might get uh, significantly injured, um, and we'll get to that as this trailer goes on. But I don't think anyone's gonna die out of the kids, at least. What's up, Nair? How you doing? Cobra Kai Nation. What's up, Shamoon? Thanks for coming on. There's multiple matchups and getting scores. Yeah, I'm really excited. Here we see Dimitri scoring a point. We see Daniel Chosen, Johnny, Devin, and this is like the only shot of the trailer that Chosen's in. I don't think that means much for his, how much he's in this season. I think he'll be in it, probably around the same amount as he's been in. But yeah, this is the only shot he's in. They're all excited that someone scored a point. Here you have Hawk, looking like he's about to score a point, but boom, kicked back into Robby. Hawk's gotta get a win. I mean, they've been doing Hawk dirty ever since he won the All Out. Like, that was the last like big thing Hawk did. He didn't throw anything in season 5. He didn't do anything in part 1. I don't like to usually say people are nerfed, but Hawk has 100% been nerfed. And I don't think Miguel's been nerfed. I don't think anyone else. Hawk has been nerfed and he needs to win. Not the whole thing. Like, he already won the All Valley, but he needs to win a significant amount of matches or do something significant in this tournament. We can't just have him on the sidelines because he's basically he's becoming more of a supporting character, like a Chris or Mitch. Like, he's not doing much. He lost to Dimitri, and the only reason he's here is because Tori switched sides, which is ridiculous. Hawk should have been there from the start, but Hawk needs to win. But it's not looking too good for him in this trailer. Here he sees Quan, I think. It might be you and one of the Cobra Kai students, I believe, kicking Devin down. Devin should not be there, bro. I stand by that. Devin should not be here. She cheated, and she's nowhere near the top 6 in Miyagi-Do. But Devin shouldn't be here, and this is showing it. Yes, someone is probably getting hurt in this tournament. Who do you think? What is that? Django? I don't know what that is. No one is in nerfed. Other countries' teams have been practicing. Yeah, well, I don't mean he's been nerfed for this tournament. I'm saying before this tournament, he's been nerfed. Like, Hawk just hasn't done anything since. Yeah, I don't know who that was. Maybe the female Cobra Kai student. Someone kicked Devin down. Johnny and Daniel aren't happy. I realized a lot the adults aren't in this trailer a lot either, which again doesn't mean anything. It's a trailer. It's a 2-minute trailer. But I think this part will be directed more towards the kids because it is the tournament. They're the ones fighting, which is good. And then the last 5 will be more focused on the adults because it's wrapping up the story, which is good. I think that's a great format to do because I think the first half of season 5 was more focused on the kids, and then the last 5 was like heavily focused on the adults. So I think this is a good balance because part 1 was like both of them. 2 will be more the kids. 3 will be more the adults. Oh yeah, the knife. Yeah, I forgot it was called that. I'll get to that when we see that. I have some thoughts on that. That is one of the favorite shots of the trailer, though. Here we have Yoon kicking Hawk. Man, Hawk is just getting beat up. They don't want to show Hawk doing well anymore. They're like, he won the All Valley. That's all you get. I still have hope, though. I still think Hawk will do something this tournament. He needs to. Dimitri fighting someone and him, getting a point on him. Here we have Quan in the background. And then here we have someone throwing Tori down. I don't think it's the new girl because this is like a red key, looks like. Yeah, but Tori just got body slammed like WWE. And then here we have the new character. What's her name? Zara Malik, I believe. Quite the baddie. She said she pulls a Tori. Let's put the captions on. Welcome to Barcelona, bitch. It's such a funny and cool line because Tories, I'm coming for you, bitch. And now someone saying, welcome to Barcelona, bitch. Like that's just like I think that's hilarious. And this girl Zara, it seems like she's gonna be a problem. In real life, she's like a 13 time world champion. Like that's insane. I'm glad they're bringing in like these actual, you know, karate masters because it just makes the fights just look better, makes it more intense, makes it more believable. Um, but yeah, she looks badass for sure. I'm excited to see more. Um, I don't think she might not be slamming down Tori here. This might be like a cut of two different scenes. She could be saying that to Sam or someone else. And here she's blowing a kiss to someone. Maybe Axel because they're in the same dojo. Maybe Robby or Miguel to throw off Sam or Tori. I don't know, but I'm excited to see more of this character. Barcelona shot. Dimitri's just yapping, bro. I mean, Dimitri had like a good 3-season streak of not being annoying. And now he's going back to his roots of being annoying. Like, you were selected to this tournament, and now you're complaining, saying there's no way we could win. Like, what are you talking about? Did that speech that Yasmin gave him earlier this season mean nothing? Like, what is he doing? I like the new hairstyle though, but I don't know what he's yapping about. But this is all the boys in the hotel room. Looks like not too happy that they're not doing too well. You got Robby slamming down his bag. Devin's there. Nobody looks too happy. Hawk, you need to win, buddy. Miguel is locked in. Here we got them in like a hotel. Looks like you have Tori on the right here, sitting on her suitcase by herself. So I wonder what that means. It could mean nothing. I guess she's there before all the Cobra Kais. But yeah, here she is by herself. But then we see Daniel and Johnny telling them, we knew this wasn't going to be easy. We have Quan training. The aura Quan has. I thought he had max aura. It's in part 1, but nah, it's looking like he has even more aura in part 2. I mean, Brandon Lee, like he's insane. That kick is insane. We got Tori and Quan training. Kreese, police aren't looking for him. Oh, there's me. Just kidding, it's not me. If Robby loses again, I riot. I thought Robby's gonna win the whole thing, but I don't know. This trailer is making me rethink that. She's badass, yes. Reina. They need to do something better for Hawk in the tournament, 100%. Hawk needs some shine, man. He deserves a great moment, definitely. He hasn't done anything in 2 seasons. Axel's in the background, yes. Hawk is like Russell Westbrook. It's a good comparison. Quite the baddie, yes. Dimitri's always been. No, I think after season 2, Dimitri, up until this season, Dimitri was like so much less annoying. I mean, obviously he still had, those like nerdy qualities about him, but like he was becoming a much more likable character. Season 3, 4, and 5, like he wasn't annoying. He was just more funny. And now, in the first part of season 6 and looking into part 2, he's back to those annoying ways. It's really annoying. Reina has been called the female Bruce Lee in the martial arts community. Wow, that is some major high praise. So that is insane. I'm even more excited to see her now. Dimitri, yes. It's annoying me. He shouldn't even be here now. It should be Kenny. Don't get me started on that. Yo, Trophy Productions, what's up, bro? Thanks for hopping on. All right, but here we see more of the other dojos. This guy looking at someone. Here we see Axel and Zara. I'm excited to see this dojo. They're focusing a lot on this dojo particularly with these 2 characters and their sensei Wolf, I believe. I feel like maybe we found out the end of part 1 that Mr. Miyagi fought in the Sekai Taikai, or it's nothing to do with the Sekai Taikai. I feel like maybe this dojo might have something to do with Mr. Miyagi. just because they're really focusing on this dojo. Like maybe he fought for them. Because it looks like I don't remember where this dojo is located, but it looks like it's people from different parts of the world fight for this dojo. So what is this, Russia? I don't know. I forgot what it was. Here we see Zara again. If you've seen her Instagram, she is insane. Like I've seen the videos of her with this staff, bow, whatever it's called, and wow, I'm excited to see her. Then here we see Tori with the Cobra Kai's, Kim to her left, Kreese to her right, and we got Quan. And look at Quan's aura, man. I love Quan. He's such a great new character. And Yoon behind them, like I feel like there's something more with Tori. Like she's not just joining them. I feel like she's got her own little plan going on. Like she is not like they're all looking at her. She's looking out at them. She's got her own thing going on. She's fighting for herself, not for Cobra Kai, really. But I like this shot. This is all them at the airport. Sam and Robby looking over at her. Here we see a Sam versus Tori rematch. I am set in my seat. We didn't really get a proper tournament with them in season 4 because Silver cheated. Hopefully there's nothing's rigged in this one. Hopefully we get to see a fair Sam versus Tori match because I really want to see this again. Especially now when, Tori just betrayed them and they've been training together. Like it's going to be way different than any other fight we've seen with Sam and Tori. And I'm really looking forward to it. Hopefully it's a big fight and not just, it looks like you can see behind Sam, there's people fighting. So it looks like it's like a group type of fight. But I hope we spend a lot of time on this fight because I'm really curious who would win. I think they're pretty even. Leaning more towards Sam. Here we go. Quan. Quan trying to rizz up Tori. Tori doesn't seem to care. Tori's not into him, but we all know what Quan's doing. He's trying to get in Robby's head, which it seems like he's doing. I mean, this man is sitting right in front of Robby with his girl and putting his arm around her. I mean, this man is a menace. This man is insane. Quan is amazing. Like he's just a crazy guy. Like to do this, Robby's gonna go crazy. Robby's gonna go crazy in this tournament, but that could also mean he might, he's not balanced. He's not in the right headspace. Miguel, he's locked in. That's what I'm saying. Robby's being thrown off. Miguel, he's locked in. He's only focused on, him doing his best. Robby's getting messed with a lot this trailer. And then here we see Sam. That's supposed to be Sam. It doesn't really look like her there. But we see Kenny, Miguel, and then a bunch of Cobra Kai students and Quan. We see Robby versus Tori. Wow. I mean, I didn't expect to see that. This also has a lot of emotion to this fight. Maybe Robby's like, this is what I mean. When we see later in the trailer, Miguel's yelling at him for like not being the best captain he could be. Because Robby might be going easy on Tori because obviously the history they have, or maybe he's trying to get, Tori to come back and like he's losing because of that. You see, because Tori just scored a point on him. Tori's like still, Tori's like, I don't care. You're my boyfriend, ex-boyfriend. I want to win this. But Robby might be a little bit more like Tori. It's my girl. I gotta go easy on her. Maybe I can convert her back, but that's not what you gotta do, bro. You gotta fight for your team now. Let's see. What's up, Jim Tim? How you doing? This is 99% same like Karate Kid 1 when Johnny did to Daniel. How are they at a bar if they're underage? I don't know. Maybe the drinking age is different in Barcelona. I'm not sure. What's up, Frank? How you doing? Do you think Quan could beat Robby? 100%. I mean, I don't really see how any of these guys could beat Quan. He seems like the best fighter out of any of the young kids we've seen in the whole show. But obviously, Robby and Miguel have a little bit of main character bias. So I think 100% Quan could beat Robby, but I think also Robby could beat Quan. But I'm super excited to see that fight. Robby versus Quan, Miguel versus Quan, anybody versus Quan. I think it's just going to be a killer fight. What's up, JHT? How you doing? What's up, Isaiah? Robby is locked in. I think Miguel's a little bit more locked in. I think Robby's got a lot going on in his head, and he's not exactly 100% focused. I think Miguel's a little bit more focused, like what I just talked about, and Robby going easy on Sam or Tori. Who can beat Axel's the real question. Yeah, everyone's talking about this Axel guy. I'm like, how does everybody know so much about him? We've seen like 2 shots of him in the trailer. I mean, obviously he's a great fighter because he's in this tournament, but is he like even better than Quan? I don't see how anyone's better than Quan. But yeah, that based on that one shot that we'll get to, Axel versus Robby, it looks like this guy's a menace. Here we see Miyagi though really struggling. They're in 11th place right now, whatever this is in the tournament. Here we got Miguel yelling at him, saying, "You have a once in a lifetime opportunity to be captain, and you're completely blowing it." I mean, like Miguel, if Robby's really, not locked in and he's losing, then Miguel has like every right to be saying this to him. I don't think Miguel has anything, he's not saying this to like start beef with him. He's saying it to, you're the captain, you're the leader, you gotta lock in, you gotta win these fights that, maybe you should be winning. I don't think this is starting any tension with Miguel or Robby or any like tension like how they were before they, became friends. Maybe a little bit, but Miguel's right here. I mean, he's got to lock in. He's the captain. He's the main fighter. He's can help them win the whole. He's the reason they can win the whole thing. Miguel's hella locked in, but do you think he will get distracted again after seeing him cry in Johnny's arms later? That is an interesting shot. And we'll get to that when that comes up. But yeah, I think it's not looking great for any of these kids in Miyagi-Do right now. They all seem to be not in the right headspace. Miguel with whatever that crying is. Robby's just got a lot going on. Sam also with, Tori switching sides. Hawk and Dimitri and Devin, their background. Oh my God, Boris, what's up, bro? Oh, what's up, Evan? How you doing? Robby versus Quan. Based on the trailer so far, Robby's locked in, and Quan mostly gonna lose. I mean, they gotta make that so believable that Quan's gonna mostly lose because he's like in real life, he's like he's a world champion, and he just looks like a master, and he looks like a guy who does not give a shit at all. Like he's like no mercy to the T. He does not care at all. Is there even a small chance neither dojo wins, which is why Sam gets in a fight with Cobra Kai outside? Might be part of. I could see that too. I remember theorizing like maybe Miyagi-Do or Cobra Kai both don't win, and that is an interesting shot later with Sam fighting outside. And yeah, we'll get to that. I think that's still during the tournament. I think either one of them's got to win, right? It's either one of them's got to win. That doesn't make sense, but Cobra Kai or Miyagi-Do has got to win. But I think it would make sense if neither of them win. Nothing will beat the season 4 trailer reaction very which then. Yeah, season 4 trailer is still the best trailer we've got to this day. I mean, just the season 4 marketing was so insane, and it's fallen off since that. But the season 4 trailer is for sure the best one. This is still a pretty good one, but season 4, just Terry Silver, everything about that was perfect. Check out that reaction. I hope we get more 80s rock in part 2. Yes, I'm surprised that we didn't get any song in this trailer. It was a much more cinematic trailer. It was like this intense kind of like Avengers trailer music in it, not like a 80s song, which was cool. It's like we haven't seen that in a trailer really for Cobra Kai. All right, but let's move on in this trailer. Here we got the Step Brothers, Robby and Miguel. Looks like one of these team fights. Looking up at Quan. Quan's like, let's see what you got. I honestly think, if we're being real, Quan could probably 1v2 these guys. But the show's not going to let that happen. But yeah, here we go. Here we see Axel versus Robby. And just all that blood. Oh my God. Axel is going to be a menace. I mean, this man punched Robby and all that blood came out. See, like, Robby's struggling, it looks like. I mean, I think there will be something that makes Robby locked in. Like the first part, he's losing all these matches. Something's got to happen to make Robby like lock in like this because in later in the trailer we see him way more locked in than. But this first part of the trailer, he's just getting like thrown around. But the Robby crash out, we're all looking forward to. But all that blood, it's gonna be a bloody season. You thought season 5 was bloody until we see this. Here we have Kreese talking to Johnny and Daniel, saying some of us have nothing to lose, saying he has nothing to lose. Even though he kind of does. He get thrown back in jail. But not you. You got a lot to lose. I wonder what that means. Like, what does Daniel really have to lose? I mean, if they lose the tournament, like, obviously it will suck for them, but like, what's the big deal? It's not like their dojo gets shut down or whatever. Like, it'll suck to lose, but like, there's something we don't know, and maybe it's connected to Mr. Miyagi, but you got a lot to lose. Like, what does he have to lose if they lose the tournament? And this is the same shot, I believe, from season 5 when he finds out Mr. Miyagi fought in Sekai Taikai. Here we see Miguel and Johnny. At first, I thought this was in a hospital, but there's really no way of telling from this shot. Miguel crying in Johnny's arms, Johnny giving him a hug. Looks like Johnny looks upset, but not nearly as upset as Miguel. I really don't know. I mean, a lot of people are saying, Robby gets hurt, Sam gets hurt. I don't know. I mean, look at Miguel. He looks super upset. I just saw someone say, like, maybe something happened with with the baby coming. I don't think they go that far. I think that'd be a little bit dark and kind of like, what's the point of doing that? Unless you want to really throw off Miguel and Johnny. But I don't know. I don't know why he's crying. Like, this is like not just, I lost, I didn't get into the college I want. If that's the reason he's crying like this because he didn't get into the college he wants, that'd be a little ridiculous. I think something happened to Sam. That's why Miguel's crying and Daniel texts. That would make sense. In that street fight we see later, Sam gets hurt, maybe stabbed by that knife. And that would, yeah, I don't think she'd die. That'd be super duper way too far. But maybe she can't fight in the tournament anymore. I don't even know if they do that. I feel like she still could fight. Maybe Daniel pulls out one of these, heals her. That'd be a little bit much, but yeah, I could see. That's like the most obvious from this trailer that happens, but I don't know. It seems like something else that like we don't even expect at all, but it is an interesting shot. I still think Miguel's locked in, and this might make him even more locked in, whatever it is. But I don't know what that could be. Johnny also has some tears. Yeah. I rewatched the trailer earlier for some reason. I think Miguel's story happens more outside the tournament instead of the tournament. Possibly. I mean, he's not the captain, so he's not like the main character in the tournament per se. But I don't know. I think Miguel will be. I think they're making it seem like Miguel's just as involved as Robby. Like him giving like, the pep talk in the beginning. Him speaking out to Robby. Here we have the new Sensei Wolf talking to Axel. I mean, this man's gonna be crazy. He's reminded me of like Kreese from the movie, like how Kreese was in the movie. Like a little on steroids. He just got that. I don't know. He just reminded me of that. Here we see Johnny, Sam, and Robby. And then we see Sensei Wolf hitting his student, Axel. And we see Sam looking a little concerned about that. It's a little bit of a callback to when, and this is why I think really he reminds me of Kreese from the movie. A little bit of a callback to when in the opening scene in Karate Kid Part 2, when Kreese chokes out Johnny. And Daniel's looking over, like, really concerned. And then eventually Miyagi comes over and handles that. It's a little bit of a parallel. Sam looks a little concerned. Maybe tells Daniel or Johnny. I could see her telling Johnny because it seems like Johnny and Sensei Wolf are going to have a little bit of beef and tension this season. But honestly, this hit isn't even that bad. Like, we've seen much worse from senseis in this show. He just, like, hit him with a pad in the face. I mean, not great, but it's not something you want to see, but it's not terrible. But I bet in the show he'll do much worse to his students. Here we go. This is insane to me. We have them fighting the Iron Dragons, which is Sensei Wolf's dojo, Axel, and Zara, fighting the West End Warriors. Not sure where that is, but they're fighting on this elevated platform. Like, that's insane. like, I love how different this tournament seems. It's not just an All Valley. It's not just a one-on-one fight. Like, this is insane. They're fighting on a platform. Obviously, there's mats, so you can't really get hurt. I mean, you still could get hurt. You fall the wrong way. But this is, like, insane. Like, the stakes are literally so high. And then we see all the people watching. This girl looks super concerned. While this guy looks a little different reactions here. This girl looks super scared. This guy looks happy. And we see, I believe that's Zara knocking someone off. Zara and Axel on the top. So it's like a 2v2, I guess. The last one standing wins. But look at that fall. That's still a crazy fall. And we saw Miguel and Dimitri and Hawk there. Dimitri looks scared. Hawk looks like, what? And Miguel was like, I got this. But that's insane to me. My prediction is Silver bought the Iron Dragons. That's how he's involved. Yes, that's another reason maybe why they're focusing so much on this dojo. Silver buys them out. That would be crazy. We all know Silver's going to be in this part. I'm glad they didn't show him in this trailer. I want some things to be a surprise in the show. I'm glad they didn't show him, but we all know he's going to be in this part. I mean, he introduced the Sekai Taikai to everyone. There's no way he's sitting this one out. And yes, I think he will buy out a dojo. If he buys out this dojo, that would be crazy because they're focusing on this dojo a lot. Obviously, Axel, Zara, Sensei Wolf seem like crazy fighters too. That would be awesome. I just want to see Silver back one way or another. Bloodsport, yes. It's been said on the show many times, yes. I wonder if the tournament bleeds into the part 3. I don't think so. I think the tournament starts pretty much right when part 2 starts. I can't imagine it being even all 5 episodes. I believe it will be a big chunk, the majority of this part, but I don't think it will go into part 3. I think part 3 will be its own different thing. I mean, the writers said each part, like part 1, part 2, part 3, is its own little mini season. Like, it feels like its own little thing. Like, part 1 is going to be totally different than part 2. Part 2 is going to be totally different than part 3. So I can't imagine it bleeding into part 3, but the aftermath of it definitely will. The reason why Silver's not in the trailer because the creators despise him and any other villain would replace that Kreese guy. I don't think so. I think the reason is they just don't want to spoil that he's back, even though I think everybody's predicting that he will be back. But here we see Johnny correct Sensei Wolf, even though he's wrong, but a nice little funny Johnny line. But it looks like Sensei Wolf not going to take Johnny seriously. I could definitely see a fight between Sensei Wolf and Johnny. I mean, we saw that image of Sensei Wolf in like a cage with blood on him. That came out like a week before this trailer, or maybe he's fighting Johnny. That would be a sick fight. Johnny versus Sensei Wolf. I mean, it looks like they're building like tension between them. Like Daniel and Kreese have tension, and now Johnny and Sensei Wolf. Another nice little Barcelona shot. Here we have Miguel getting up, Robby looking at him. Miguel is not happy. I think maybe it's because obviously he's not happy. Robby's not doing what he should be doing. But now he's getting in Johnny's face, like, nah. And he walks out, and then you see Hawk behind him, get up after him. I don't think, obviously it's not going to happen with Miguel and Hawk, but mostly Miguel leaves Johnny. Like, that would be ridiculous because, they started the show. But I don't know why Miguel's like upset with Johnny. I think he maybe be like, you should be, telling Robby to, like, he needs to lock in. He needs you, like, maybe Johnny's getting like, it's all right, Robby. And Miguel's like, no, it's not all right. Like, he needs to be doing better, and you should be telling him that. But yeah. And then here we see, I like this shot of Tori looking in the mirror, and we see Sensei Kim and Kreese behind her. It's just making, like, it's so obvious. Like, Tori's got her own kind of plan. It seems like she is not fighting for Kreese and Kim. She's fighting for herself. Like, she does not care about these guys anymore. She wants to win for herself, not for Cobra Kai. And and I think she can't forget what Sensei Kim did to her. I mean, she made her, fight or punch the stone in season 5. Like, Tori's not going to forget that. And Kim didn't even like her. Like, I'm surprised like Kim even let her join this dojo because they didn't like each other in season 5. Kreese is not looking happy. Yeah, because maybe Tori's not even locked in either. I mean, we saw her earlier in the trailer getting thrown down. So it looks like both these dojos are not, at least in the beginning, not as locked in as they should be. Not 100%. Here we got some great shots. I love the scenery in all these shots of Johnny and Daniel training Robby, Sam, and Miguel. Mostly Robby and Sam. Miguel just seems to be on the side most of this time. Which like you gotta like obviously Robby and Sam are there because they're the captains. They need like the most training. But like why bring Miguel then if he's not gonna train? That might not be the case. It's only like 3 shots. Miguel could be training. But yeah, great shot. I love all these shots. Johnny, Robby, Sam. That's such a cool trio. One we haven't really seen before. It's great scenery. I think they actually shot this in Barcelona. And so I believe I remember these leaked pictures came out a while ago when they were filming it. But yeah, here we see Daniel's training Sam, Robby, Miguel still in the back. Yeah. I think Silver tells Zara to injure Tori. Yeah, I mean, I feel like Silver wants revenge on literally everyone in the show. Tori, Robby, all the kids. I think Silver's at the point where like he's fully evil. If he had any good left in him, that's totally gone. Like he's done. He's going all in on the no mercy. I could totally see that. Kreese not looking happy. Yeah. I actually think Sekai Taikai will be leading the part 3 because the end of the trailer where the screen glitches makes me think the tournament gets delayed and someone died. Well, even if it gets delayed, which I actually don't think is going to happen, because like in a sporting event, if something happens like bad, obviously death is an extreme thing. I don't really think someone's going to die. I think someone will get really injured. It might be delayed for a few hours or the next day, but I don't think it'll be delayed like for it to move into the next part. I think the tournament is just this part. And then part 3 is like wrapping everything up because it's the last 5 episodes of the whole show. What do you think of the Iron Dragon gi? I love it. I love the coloring. This logo is sick. I love it. It's a great gi. Robby Miguel with the bow staff training. Here you have Miguel looking really locked in for Johnny's pep talk. A little parallel to season 1 before the All Valley where Johnny's giving this pep talk and the camera moves around everyone in the circle. That's what it seems like they're doing here. Hawk looks pretty locked in. Hawk looks motivated here, which is good. Here we see Daniel pushing Kreese up against the wall, and Daniel looks pissed. Now, this could be so many things. This could easily just, Kreese found out something about Miyagi. Kreese found out about that he fought in the Sekai Taikai. Said something to Daniel about it. Daniel doesn't like it, pushes him up against the wall. Or like what we were saying earlier with that street fight we see with Sam later in the trailer. Someone stabs Sam, or they try to attack, or they just try to stab Sam, and they fail. But still, the fact that they did it, and like Daniel finds out about that, pushes Kreese up against the wall. Could be that too. But it looks like Daniel's like nobody's like focused this season. Like they all got so much going on in their heads. And it might affect, how they fight this in the tournament. No, the tournament's definitely going to start and end in part 2. The glitch at the end, probably a tease for a secret character coming back. Yeah, I think that glitch. I see some people saying that glitch will be how the season ends or how this part ends. First of all, that they would never show that in the trailer. How is the last shot of a season in a trailer? Second of all, no, I don't. That's not the case. I think part 2 is Sekai Taikai, and that's it. I agree. What are your theories on Kenny being in the Sekai Taikai? So I guess he was like he's fighting with them. We see him in many more like background shots in the trailer. He's fighting with Miyagi though. I wonder if he takes Devin's spot. because we see Devin, but we see Devin fighting in the tournament. But I don't know. I really maybe obviously Devin's got to come clean and say that she cheated. That's got to be brought up soon. But I guess Kenny's like a sub in maybe. But he should be there, and I'm glad that he is there and not like at home with everyone else because he is one of the best fighters and should have been there anyway. But I wonder what he was doing this last episode because he wasn't there at all. Here we see Robby flipping up. Looks like after he just scored a point against Kwan. If you can see like Kwan, I believe, falling in the back. See Dimitri behind him. See, this is where Robby looks locked in. Something had to happen. Someone had to give him a speech. Someone had to say something. Something maybe had to happen. Maybe Tori tells Robby her plan that we don't know about yet. But I like that. That was a sick flip by Robby. I love this shot. Kwan behind him. Like Kwan looks pissed now. Like Kwan maybe was toying with him. He was like, I can beat this guy easily. And now Robby's showing him up. Like, I'm pretty good, man. And now Kwan looks even more angry and locked in. Like Kwan is a menace and he's a really good fighter when he's like toying with people. But when he's angry, like now, I don't even think we've seen that side of him. And then here we see elimination round 2, Miyagi-Do versus Cobra Kai. This isn't Kwan because Kwan's back there. Dimitri's there. But we see Miguel kicking a Cobra Kai student. Let's go. My boy is locked in. Every shot we see of Miguel in this trailer, like in the beginning when they're showing like Miyagi-Do not doing too well, like them losing points, they didn't show Miguel losing. Looks like Miguel's kind of carrying the team, it seems like. And here we see him kicking down a Cobra Kai student. And this is an elimination round. So I'm really curious, like, what that even means. Obviously, elimination means, does that mean like a dojo's going home or specific fighters from that dojo are going home? I think it's got to mean specific fighters because this, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Because this elimination round thing is kind of like, I don't know what to think of it. I don't think this would already be like the final. I can't wait to see Robby win against Kwan and then Johnny be proud of him. Yeah, that would be sick. When Robby's locked in, he is unbeatable. Yeah, I mean, we saw, Robby was down 2 points fighting Miguel, and then he wasn't locked in until Tori came, and then he was locked in, and then won 3 straight points. So yeah, Robby locked in is a tough guy to get past. Oh yeah, this is a team fight. I think first 4 in part 2 30-minute episodes. Hope they're a little bit longer. Because there's just so much going on with the tournament. But anyway, here we see Miguel kick it down. This is such a cool shot. Robby and Kwan running up. Like, this is so cool. We see the judges in the back. It's such a cool shot. See Hawk, Yoon, Miguel, and the ref. And this is the jump. It reminds me of the Y'all Valley in season 4 with Eli versus Robby and how they had this kick up thing, and Eli scored the point. But it looks like Robby's honestly going to score this point. He's got that leg right there. Kick him. But this is such a cool shot. We see elimination round here. Robby versus Kwan. I mean, one of them's got to be eliminated then. And I guess it's got to be Kwan because they're not going to make Robby eliminated that early on, right? I mean, this could be very later on, but I don't know. I felt like they're going to make Robby win, but they got to make that so believable. Like, Kwan's got to be, like, hurt or something. Yeah, but that's such a sick shot. Let's watch that again. This whole sequence is great. Them running up in the kick. Trying to give him the pep talk. Robby smiling. Here we see another team fight. We see Robby, Hawk, and Sam fighting the Cobra Kai students. Looks like Hawk and Sam just scored a point, which is good to see. Let's see. Yeah, looks like they both just scored a point. Now, here might be one of the most interesting shots of the trailer. My boy Sam. Yo, what's up, Jacob? I'm the chosen one. Context and nuance. Thanks for coming on. Yes, if you guys haven't liked the video, make sure to like the video. Thank you. We have 30 people in. Thank you guys all for coming on. Make sure to chat all your theories in the chat. Let's get our boy to 5K. Let's do it. Thanks for coming on, Jacob. I just can't imagine how insane episode 15 will be. Yeah, speaking of how insane the episodes are going to be, Tanner, who plays Robby, said like these are his favorite 5 episodes of his whole show, of the whole show. And I saw like a Comic-Con he was at, and I watched an interview, and he said, I believe episode 9 is his favorite episode of the whole show. So season 6, episode 9 is his favorite episode, because that's a little interesting. Usually when people say what their favorite episode is, it's like a 5 or a 10. But he's saying episode 9 is his favorite. So that's interesting. It means it'll probably be a pretty heavy Robby episode. I mean, this whole part seems like it'll be a big Robby season, which I know my boy Chosen One likes. The only logical reason that the tournament could lead into part 3 would be if there's a sensei division, and that, I don't know, I feel like that would have been brought up already. I remember I did theorize about that before part 1 came out. I was like, what if there's a sensei division? Which I think would be pretty cool, but I don't think they're going to do that. Look, yeah, here we go. Looks like Axel is fighting Sam against Cobra Kai. Yeah, so we see Sam fighting Kwan's there, and then it looks like 2 other Cobra Kai students, and then we see it looks like to be, I don't think we can confirm it, but I'm pretty sure that is Axel fighting with her, which is interesting to see, like, what's going on. Why are Axel and Sam hanging out together like this? I mean, it could just be they ran into each other and then Cobra Kai attacked them. But maybe Sam and Axel win this fight, and Axel and Sam hug, and Miguel sees it. Just that's what always happens in Cobra Kai. Another Cobra Kai thing where somebody sees something and they don't have the full story. That could happen, but maybe this is when Sam's kicking ass, it looks like, which is awesome. Shut the haters up. It looks like she doesn't even need Axel's help. But maybe that's when somebody pulls out the knife on Sam. I don't think it is, because they're all wearing jackets here, and the shot where they pull out the knife, they're wearing a gi, so it looks like that's during the tournament. But we'll get to that. I actually think someone actually does get injured, and then Kenny's a replacement. Yeah, I can see that. I will be talking about this. Don't just wait. I have a lot of thoughts on that. Everybody thinks Silver will return in part 2. Do you think the same, or do you feel like no? I think definitely part 2. Like I said, he brought the Sekai Taikai into the show. Like, he introduced it. There's no way he's sitting out on this. Like, this was his dream. There's no way he's not showing up in this part. But yeah, here we see Robby fighting someone. I see that it's a different dojo. Miguel Hawk in the background. Looks like it's gonna be a six fight. Here's like our first like real shot of Kenny in the trailer. Him flipping over Dimitri in a group fight. It looks like. I'm so glad Kenny's fighting with them. And this is a sick shot. I love the way it's filmed. This is also an elimination round. It looks like Miyagi-Do versus Cobra Kai. Then here we see Daniel looking up. Looks really concerned at something. Look, I don't know what he could be looking at here. I mean, Daniel looks horrified. I mean, you would think this is a horror movie based on this shot. I mean, what could be that tall? I mean, Terry Silver, but he wouldn't be looking up like that. It is a bit of a weird shot, the way it's filmed or the way it is shot. But yeah, I don't know what he's looking at here. It's an interesting shot. Daniel probably looking up at Silver. I mean, it's a weird way to look up at. I mean, Silver's a huge, tall guy, but like, I don't think you'd look up like that. I'm really not sure what this could be. I've been thinking about it for a little bit. Silver watching him, I don't know. I feel like it's too weird of a shot to be Silver. Like, he's looking like straight up almost. Yeah, maybe Silver's up on about. Maybe Silver's plane coming in. I don't know. This is in Barcelona though, and I believe it's the same scene or the same episode where he pushes Kreese against the wall because he's wearing the same jacket. I don't know. What is he looking at? It's a really weird shot. Like, he's looking it's like, it can't be he's looking at Silver if he's right next to him. Like, he's looking up. Then here we see Tori versus a random student, that's televised. I have a feeling this might not even be, like, what they're actually watching. They just don't wanna spoil what they're actually watching, so they put a random scene on the TV there. I think they do that a lot in a lot of trailers where if somebody's watching something, it's not the actual fight they're watching in the episode. They just don't wanna show it for whatever reason. But, yeah, even more blood here. Tori kicks this girl, and that blood goes shooting out. Um, but yeah. Well, I think this is also a fight on the elevated uh mat. Yeah, Tori's knocked her off, so maybe this girl gets injured. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't think this is Sam getting hurt because everyone gets up and Amanda pulls out her phone. I feel like she'd be looking a lot more scared and concerned if it was Sam or even any of the kids that she knows, any of the Miyagi-Do students. Um, I feel like this could just be a different dojo. Someone gets hurt, or Tori really hurt someone else, or Sam really hurt someone else, or Robby Miguel. I don't think this is any of the Miyagi-Dos getting hurt because I feel like she'd look a lot more upset. You know, they just look like, oh my god, did that just happen? But like not like, oh my god, it's my daughter. And then here we see is elimination round. This is gonna be Robby versus Quan. A lot of people saying this is after Robby wins. I think it's just after Robby scores a point. Like he's like super locked in. Maybe they're reacting to Silver appearing. Maybe they're like, what? Actually, I like that. That would be a good reaction for that. They all stand up like, no way this guy's back. I wonder where everyone else is. Like you just see out of the speaking characters, you just see Amanda, Anthony, Bert, and Nate. Like you don't see, and then the extras really. You don't see Chris or Mitch or I guess that's really it. But you don't see them, which is a little interesting. Maybe they're there watching. Actually, there's no crowd, so I don't know where they'd be. I think the TV scene is a news report of a major injury caused in the Sekai Taikai. I agree with the TCK films that the clip is not from the Sekai Taikai they are watching. Yeah, it could be something totally different. Because even if Tori knocked off someone onto a mat like that, I don't think they'd react like that. I don't know. I think it's a mislead. But yeah, here we see Robby locked in. Love this shot. Robby yelling. Now he looks locked in. And earlier in the trailer, not so much. Now he looks locked in. Do you think that could be a mouthpiece that was just kicked out of the? I don't think so. That looks like blood. I mean, maybe. I don't think so though. Looks like blood. Yeah, I'll go with blood. And then here we see the shot of the knife. I forgot what it's called. You guys said in the chat earlier. But here's the thing. I don't think it's in that street fight because who's ever holding this here, which is probably a Cobra Kai student, probably Quan, but maybe someone else. They're wearing a gi. And in the shot where Sam's fighting, like in the street fight, they're outside and they're not wearing their gi. They're wearing the jacket and regular clothes. But this shot, this shot with the knife, it's in the gi. So I think somebody pulls it out during the tournament, during a match. Maybe Quan versus Robby. Maybe Robby's up a few points and Quan. I don't think they'd do it to Quan. I feel like actually maybe. Because obviously if he does it, he's eliminated and like probably banned for life. And I feel like they're gonna need Quan to stay in. But I don't know. I could see Quan still doing it though. Attempting to stab Robby. Maybe even he does. I don't know. If they're gonna injure Robby, then Miguel becomes captain. I don't know. That's been going around forever. Yeah. Robby's locked in there. They watching the Robby versus Axel fight. Robby spitting out blood. Maybe. Yeah, that would be a reaction to that. Maybe that phone call was Silver and he told her something. Silver's done crazier things. Yeah, I can see that. It's not Kreese's. Yeah, a lot of people are saying this is like Kreese or Kim's hand. I don't know. It looks like I don't know how people are like breaking down this hand. Like, I just think it looks like a kid's hand. Yo, what's up, Strike? TCA back to live about Cobra Kai. All right is in the world. Yes, feels good. Thanks for coming in, Cody. It's rumored Quan has a knife in his gi and falls on it and dies. I don't think so. I don't think they do that. I wish Aisha didn't leave the show. She could have been in the top 6 if she never left. Yeah, 100%. She would have been there over Devin. But yeah, and then a really interesting way they ended the trailer was with this static on the TV and it just glitches out. Like, that's probably gonna happen on the televised version of the Sekai Taikai. Someone's gonna get really hurt and they gotta cut it off. Maybe a lot of blood. But I know even some people were saying you can see someone in this quick shot. Let me see if I can pause it at the right time. It was really hard. But I agree. You can definitely see someone. Yeah, one second. Oh, right there. Shoot. This is gonna be so hard for me to match up. There we go. Got it. Like, you can definitely see someone wearing a tie right here. Like, this is a tie. It's a suit. It could be one of the judges or the members of the tournament, like Gunther. And then I couldn't tell you who these two are, unless they're just part of the Sekai Taikai. But this could be Silver, obviously wearing a suit. Kreese, it could be no one. But I don't know. I don't know. I think it's probably just I think it's probably just the tournament board. But yeah, that was a great trailer. I love that it ended like that. That was a nice little tease of like how dark this part of the season's gonna be. But yeah, I think this is a great trailer. Like I said earlier, it's one of the better trailers in the whole show. I think still my favorite trailer is 4. I probably put this above season 5's trailer. Season 3's was probably a little bit better than this one, but top 3 trailer. Definitely top 5, top 3, probably. But yeah, now let's talk about. Hang on, let me pull the image up. Let's talk about this new movie coming out. I have actually before we get to that, if anyone has any theories they want to say in the chat, we can talk about that. I'm just trying to find this poster for the new Karate Kid movie because I have a lot to say about this. Okay. I wonder if we're gonna see Kim Sung Young in part 2 again. I hope not. That guy should not be alive. He's like over 100 years old. I mean, how is that guy still alive? That's a little ridiculous. I hope he's done, but I honestly don't think he's done. I don't think they would have introduced him and not do anything else with him besides that one episode. I think definitely flashbacks we'll see with him. Maybe him and Miyagi. Maybe they knew each other. I could see that, but I hope not present day him. It's ridiculous that guy's still alive. Do you think Tori would switch back to Miyagi at the end of this upcoming part? I mean, during the tournament, I don't even think you could do that. They might just have it happen and leave the logic out of it. I think, by the end of the show, Tori won't be a bad guy. I don't even think she's really a bad guy right now. She's doing what's best for her, which is, being able to fight. But yeah, she's not permanently with Cobra Kai or anything. She's not permanently with Kreese. I think by the end of the show, she'll be friends with everyone again. I don't think it'll happen in the tournament. I think that'd be a little far-fetched. That you have your switch sides in the middle of the tournament. I don't even know how that would happen. But yeah, Ralph did say the new Karate Kid movie takes place after the yes, it is connected to this universe, which I guess is better than it being, some multiversal bullshit and have it be its own little thing. But yeah, let's let's talk about let's talk about this new Karate Kid movie. Karate Kid Legends, awful title. You can't have a movie called Karate Kid Legends and not have William Zabka in it, but that's a whole other thing. So if you don't know my thoughts on this movie, when it was first announced, I was like, this has got to be a joke, right? Like, I'm so surprised that Ralph Macchio was a part of this. And even more surprised that they're merging the 2010 Jackie Chan, Jaden Smith movie with the, Miyagi verse and putting them together. Like, I think that's really dumb. They're both their own things. Karate Kid 2010 isn't even karate; it's kung fu. There's really no point. This is just like seems to me like a Sony cash grab. Uh, Obviously, Cobra Kai's been so successful the past few years. Karate Kid's been, even more popular now than ever. Um, it just seems like a cash grab. Sony's like, what will make us money? Oh yeah, this is popular. Let's make a whole other movie about it. It takes place after Cobra Kai events. So spoiler alert, Daniel doesn't die if any of you were thinking that. I mean, I don't think anybody was, but yeah, and we have this new kid. Ben Wang is the actor. And then these three are the leading characters. I don't care about this. It shouldn't be happening. I am like the biggest Cobra Kai fan ever. And that's why I don't want this to happen. I mean, I don't think I'll go as far as saying this movie could ruin anything that happens in Cobra Kai, but it's like to me, like this movie doesn't take place in California in the Valley. I think they said Beijing it takes place and New York. Why is Daniel there? Like, is Daniel even gonna like mention his kids and his wife and everything that's happened? Like, I don't know. It just doesn't need to happen. Um, Apparently they're saying Mr. Han, Jackie Chan's character, knew Mr. Miyagi. Like, why? Like, that's such an easy way, like it's not even a creative way to like bring them together. Um, but also the main reason why I'm not on board with this movie is because the writers aren't a part of this movie. The writers for Cobra Kai, the creators, the big three, John, Joss, and Hayden, are not a part of this movie. They didn't. I mean, I heard they gave notes to the writers of this movie about what happened in the last season of Cobra Kai to make it make a little bit more sense. But if they're not a part of it, then I don't care. If they were a part of it, I would have no complaints. I mean, I'd be a little skeptical. I'd be like, I don't think it's necessary, but at least they're a part of it. But they're not even a part of it. Like, it just, I'd be very surprised if this movie is good. Um, because it just doesn't need to be, it just doesn't need to be happening. It's another Sony cash grab. What Sony does with all their movies, with all the Spider-Man movies. Um, It sucks that, like, it doesn't seem like Johnny Williams Zabka's not even in this movie. Seems disrespectful to have a movie called Karate Kid Legends and not have him in it. I'm really surprised Ralph Macchio did this. I mean, obviously, he got a huge paycheck, no doubt. But, like, still. I mean, this movie could end up being really good, and I'm just complaining for nothing. If this movie is really good, I will be the first one to say that's a really good movie. I will say I was wrong. They did a great movie. Yeah, I had something to say. But as of right now, I am not excited for this movie. I mean, I'm saying all this, and I will see the movie just out of curiosity. But I'm not looking forward to this movie, and I don't think it should be happening. Um, yeah, that was kung fu, not karate. I'm personally not worried about this movie. It shouldn't affect the Cobra Kai series legacy too much. Yeah, but it's more like what's the point of it? It's like it's kind of like if you guys saw Joker 2. I'm not saying this movie is going to be Joker 2. Joker 2 was like a totally pointless movie. And I think if a movie's pointless, especially a sequel, and that makes it not a good movie. Even if it has good stuff in it, if it's still pointless, if it doesn't add anything to the story, which I don't see it doing at all, it's just merging these two worlds together, like to be like, oh, look what we can do. We can put these two together. But it's like, what the hell? What is it adding to this universe? What is it adding to these characters? Jackie Chan, Karate Kid, Kung Fu, yeah. I gotta have open mind, but about it, then I won't be disappointed. Yeah. I don't think Ralph would do the movie if it was going to be bad. Yeah, I mean, but then you get thrown how many millions of dollars in your face and you do it anyway. I mean, I don't blame him. That's a lot of actors. You get paid all this money and you do it. Yeah, but I still don't. Yeah, maybe he does think it's a good movie. I don't know. I'm very, very skeptical and not happy it's being made. Obviously, I think season 6. See, that's also what I want season 6 not to do. I don't want the ending to be a setup for a movie. I want it to wrap up the show and just do that. It doesn't need to really set up anything. It just needs to properly wrap up the series, the storylines, and the characters, not set up this movie, which I don't think it's gonna do because, like I said, the writers aren't a part of this movie. Um, the casting is awesome. Yeah, I mean, I'm happy for this Ben Wang guy. Hope he's a cool character. This is a sick shot of him. In the front. He's wearing the Miyagi-Do headband. I think that Miyagi-Do headband shouldn't be passed around so easily, but we'll see what happens to make him deserve that. I mean, even in season 4, did Miguel really do anything to deserve that headband? No, and he hasn't worn it since. But yeah, I am not too happy that this movie's being made. Clearly. Let's see. Is that everything we got? Yeah, but we are less than 3 weeks ago, 3 weeks from yesterday until part 2. And I am so excited for this part. I honestly think this will be the best part out of the last season because I really have no idea what part 3 is going to be yet. Because obviously it's going to be a lot of dealing with what happened in the tournament, I guess, and then wrapping everything up. But I am so excited for this part. Sekai Taikai is going to be sick. It looks amazing. I hope we get some more promotion from now to then. We don't need any more trailers. I think I'm good on that, but maybe posters. A new poster for part 2 would be sick. I mean, they could do so much with a Sekai Taikai poster. Some more images would be sick. Just don't give away silver. I want that to be a surprise. But yeah, I got to start my rewatch of the movies and show before part 2. Yeah, I just rewatched the whole show actually in order. So I'm ready. And the movies. But yeah, this tournament's gonna be sick. This part's gonna be amazing. I hope they go all out. And here, let me remove this. Let's get that movie out of here. But yeah, guys, I think we'll wrap it up around here. Thank you guys all for joining here. If you guys haven't already, make sure to like the video. I hope you enjoyed this breakdown. I hope you enjoyed the trailer. Hope you're all getting ready for part 2 of Cobra Kai. It's going to be amazing. Yeah, if you guys haven't already, make sure to like this video, subscribe. Let's shout some people out before we go. See you strong. Thank you for coming on. Joey, Cobra Kai Underground, Isaiah, Dual Alarm. Thank you. Nick, Braden. Who else? Strike. Thanks for coming on. Cortez. Sorma. I know. Darth Chosen. Let's see. Everyone else who's been on. Thank you for joining. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for watching me break down this trailer. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.